Looking for a new podcast? How about one that celebrates milestones? Join host Mark J. Parker as he celebrates a milestone anniversary of your favorite films. One's Bitten, yeah, he's got that. Charlie's Angels, Tu Wong Fu, Clueless. The list goes on and on, folks. So join Mark J. Parker on Release Date Rewind podcast. Available on YouTube, Spotify, and everywhere else you find podcasts. Available right here on You Run Podcast Network. Welcome to the podcast.
I've always been jealous of having, I've always wanted a slice of pizza the size of my face. So yeah, every time I fucking watch, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm the most jealous man in the entire world.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. I'm your host with the most on the ones and twos. You know they call me Shed Lasso. You know they call me Bilbo Schwaggins. It's your boy, Fatback Supreme, a.k.a. Ryan Wilson. What's up, baby? Also with us tonight, the razor blade himself, the mustard smuggler. Ladies and gentlemen. Seamus Rogers. Seamus, what's good,
what
baby?
Up? What's going on? Everybody's either sick or was just sick. I mean, it's going around everywhere around here and New England apparently.
All right. Well,
how about the old England?
The old England, yeah, that's it. I'm just trying to make it another day.
Also with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, follically challenged himself, the sweatpants overlord. Ladies and gentlemen, Gregory J. Hoey. Greg, hello.
I'm not sick. I'm ill.
It's terrible. Show's over.
Come on now.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, special guest with us tonight. Coming from across the pond, the James Bond of horror reviews, the Doctor Who of blood and goo. Not a movie on earth could scare this chap. He once beat Freddy Krueger during a power nap. The host of Let's Talk Horror, the creature feature aficionado. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend and yours, BP. Welcome, BP.
Thank you for having me. That's the best intro I've ever had. I feel like fucking Macho Man in Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like at the start of it, bone size already. But yeah, thank you very much for having me. I'm looking forward to having a good old laugh talking about a bloody classic movie.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. And for those who are unawares, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your show?
Oh, well, that's the hardest part, innit? Because, I don't know. All I end up saying is basically I run a horror-related content channel. So it's the main thing is the podcast. I've been doing it for over 5 years now. So the main thing is the podcast. Obviously, we've got a YouTube channel because you've got to be socially relevant in today's modern age. Not that I give a fuck because I'm an old man, but you've got to be out there if you want people to actually give a shit about what you're doing. But yeah, I do anything that's horror related. I just try and have some fun with it. If you like horror, all I really say is that if you're somebody that doesn't like, sellouts, if you like people that actually give a shit about what they're talking about, if you like honest, passionate conversations about horror, then go and enjoy what I do because I enjoy it. But I don't know how many other people do, but I don't give a fuck.
We're all big
thanks
fans
again
there.
for coming on, man.
Yeah, cheers.
All right, Gregory Tiberius Hoey, why don't you tell us what we're up to today?
Yeah, so today we are talking about the 1986 James Cameron Aliens. And decades after surviving the Nostromo incident, Ellen Ripley is sent out to reestablish contact with a terraforming colony, but finds herself battling the alien queen and her offspring. And it's starring Sigourney Weaver as Ellen Ripley, Michael Biehn as Corporal Hicks, Carrie Henn as Newt, Paul Reiser as Burke, Lance Henriksen as Bishop, and Bill Paxton as Hudson. My man, R.I.P. And we're going to do a little acronym game where we spelled out aliens and kind of have a little fun with it. And we're going to get that going right about now. And the first is going to be A, which is acting and action. So give me 2 actors that stand out and 2 action scenes that are your favorite. And we'll start with a guest.
Well, I got the obvious, which is Bill Paxton, in regards to my 2 actors. I mean, it's just fucking Bill Paxton, right? Like the only guy to what? Well, actually, this film has the 2 people that died at the hand of a Terminator, a Predator, and an Alien, right?
It's true.
But that's the other person that I also put in here as well. He's Bill Paxton, Lance Henriksen. I always love Lance Henriksen. No matter what he's in, he's always great. He always gives there's not many more people that you can think is going to give you like a sort of like a better, what the fuck are they called? Cyborg, non-human bastards, whatever they are. But Lance Henriksen's great. Bill Paxton, but the one that I love is Vasquez. She's a fucking badass. And I love the fact that the film isn't a film where it's like trying to shy away from a female, Alien doesn't do that. We know that from Alien, like the first one with Ripley being the icon that she is. They don't really shy away from going, here's a strong female character. But Vasquez is Vasquez is literally like Jesse Ventura, she's just a fucking beefcake badass, and so I love her in this. But yeah, Paxton, Vasquez, Lance Henriksen, you can't really go wrong. I mean, I know that's 3, but I don't give a shit. Do you want my action scenes as well straight away?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, here we go. So I put the first alien encounter scene is really good. So the first time where they're all as the team and they're going through everything where it's very like HR Geiger and everything like that. But I just love they've got the implementation of almost like the handheld shots as well, where they've got their like head cam, body cam sort of footage as well, and that's integrated into the action scene where it's as they're getting picked off and they're all dying, their cameras are going down and stuff. I thought that was it's just a really great scene to sort of really show you the threat and the shit that they're in. And they get rid of all those characters who you literally have no idea who the fuck they are. They're just there to die. And then you've got the main one. So I really love that. And then it's a difficult one, but I love they sort of go hand in hand in regards it sort of goes after it. But I really love the face hugger scene, which is where Ripley has got Newt and they go into that sort of den where all the eggs are and stuff like that, and all their, because I love the fact the music cuts there, there's no music, it's only sound. So I really love the fact that once again it's the understanding of the shit that she's just walked into, and then obviously that's when we get our first look at this giant alien queen. And I love that scene. But obviously there is obviously the main scene of her having the fight and get away from her, you bitch, and all that sort of stuff, the classic line. But I just love the little moments in this is what makes and the way that it's done on a technical level. That's what I really like.
I love when Bill Paxton's like, "Hey Vasquez, you ever been mistaken for a man?" No. Have you?
I love the fucking lapdog guy that she's got her number one fan.
Drake.
Drake, yeah.
Badass. You're fucking bad. He's such a fucking wet blanket, as we would call over here. You know what I mean? He's a fucking loser, but she's the alpha, right?
Yeah. You just
are they a couple or not? Do they ever address that?
No, there's no way he's getting his dick goes inwards.
I think she's pegging him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she puts the strap on and then goes to town on him.
He's stuck in the bro zone.
Yeah, absolutely. You're bad.
I never said Bill Paxton was getting fucked in the ass. That's you guys. He's dead. Shame on you.
We're talking about Drake.
We're not talking about Paxton. Paxton fucks everyone. Paxton fucks everybody.
Yeah.
That's how he died.
You want some too?
That's how he died.
Spoiling the movie for everybody.
Yes, there will be spoilers from this 1986 movie.
The spoiler is Paxton fucked everyone.
Stay tuned for the sequel. Ryan, what about you?
I mean, look, it's basically the same fucking thing, man. I always loved fucking Bill Paxton in this shit. I'm a big Lance Henriksen fan, obviously. He's so gruff, Just so gruff. What more could you want in a character?
He's 23 in this movie and still looks like he's
oh, yeah.
There's that's bullshit. He's 23.
I don't know.
Oh, you fucking had me then, dude. Seriously, I was like, no fucking way.
It's a hard 23.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's make this android or synthetic look very weathered.
Yeah.
So it was always Lance Hendrickson and fucking Billy Pax. You know what's great about this movie is there's actually like a really great chemistry in the cast, and it leads to some intimate moments for a big sci-fi fucking extravaganza. You know, obviously we get the same pretty much fucking answers, but I mean, I fucking love the scene where they're in the vents and they're fucking like, they're coming from all over, man. Like, they're in the ceiling, like, you know, and just watching them get swarmed and shit is just fucking badass as fuck. I mean, watching them in their badass armor and their fucking badass guns. Like, what more do you want out of a sci-fi alien franchise? You got it all right there. And I've always had a thing for Vasquez, you know, as she could do whatever she wanted. I don't care. Second favorite scene, though, a little kid obsessed with Legos and fucking robots and Terminator. I always love the fucking scene where she's in the loader fighting the alien, grabbing it by the fucking neck and shit with those fucking big claws. And God, I'm rock just thinking about it. So that's it for me, man. I mean, it's a great fucking perfect action scenes in those two scenes right there.
I do like in the beginning of the scene when they're like, or in the beginning of the movie when they're flying in and like Hudson's explained to Ripley how badass they are. Like, we're so badass. We got this, we got that. And then they just fucking go to get like completely wiped out.
And he's the biggest pussy in the movie.
All right, shut up, Hudson. Spill it.
Are you through, Hudson? Much put her in charge.
Yeah, much worse.
Yeah. What about you, Seamus?
Well, I mean, Sigourney Weaver, I mean, obviously, she was fantastic. You know, Weaver shifts from PTSD-ridden survivor to reluctant leader to full-on action hero without ever, like, losing Ripley's humanity. Her performance earned her an Oscar nomination, you know, which was unheard of at the time for a sci-fi film. So, I mean, she kind of made the movie. I mean, again, and as everyone said, Bill Paxton, those two characters obviously stood out. He goes from funny, terrified, annoying, brave all throughout. His arc is surprisingly layered. You know, Hudson starts out as the loudmouth Marine, but Paxton plays his breakdown and his final stand with like genuine vulnerability.
He's awesome. He's one of the best.
So my, you know, scenes are akin to their picks. I mean, the Operation Room Ambush, you know, it was like the perfect escalation of tension. You know, you had the motion tracker beeping, the Marines' confusion, the reveal that the aliens are in the ceiling, you know, the suspense exploding into chaos, basically. It shows the Marines' vulnerability. You know, up to this point, they've been cocky. You know, this scene flips the power dynamic instantly and brutally, and they quickly get their asses kicked.
We just got our asses kicked.
And obviously Ripley's power loader versus the Queen. I mean, Ripley isn't fighting for glory here. She's fighting for Newt. You know, she lost her daughter. She finds out she lost her daughter in the beginning, so Newt kind of like steps into that role. The emotional stakes make this, you know, make it more meaningful. You know, the power loader, the Queen puppet, the choreography, everything is physical, heavy. You know, the Queen's construction and puppeteering still hold up because they're, you know, physical and not digital.
Yeah, special effects in this movie from '86 are fucking off the chain. It's amazing. Looks so fucking cool. The rewatch was awesome. I mean, I've seen this movie so many fucking times, and I can rewatch it any fucking time. I love this movie. Spoiler alert.
Like, so there was a recent interview with James Cameron, actually, and they asked him about, you know, aliens. So he was on just a podcast recently, I think it was last month, and he's like, they were talking about Alien 3.
Oh yeah, he's hating
He calls the sequel plot the stupidest fucking thing. And he's like, you build a lot of goodwill around the characters of Hicks and Newt and Bishop, and then the first thing they do in the film is kill them all off. He's like, really smart guys. And he's like, and you replace them with a bunch of fucking convicts that you hate and you want to see die. He's like, really clever. You know, he's like, you couldn't pay me enough to go back to that franchise there. He's like, you know,
I mean,
I like Alien 3, but
James
I mean, it
Cameron's
did take a misstep.
though, anyway. Fuck him.
he makes fantastic movies.
Yeah.
Well, I always thought he was a bit of a douchebag, and then I did recently watch something where I don't know whether it's his old age, and he sort of like decided to be less of a doucher, but but I did watch something recently where he was talking with, I think it was Michael Bean. He was like on his podcast, and he was talking, and he was like talking like about it and stuff. But I do like the fact that he was almost saying like it wasn't Fincher's fault as well. Which obviously is a big sort of thing with Alien 3. Although I do think Alien 3 is a piece of shit, but oh well.
Yeah,
I'm probably the only one who likes Alien 3.
Yeah, possibly.
I can watch it because I love Aliens and Predator, all that, and it's action, but it really is a bad plot. And
that's why I always say Fincher's first movie was 7.
Right.
I remember seeing Alien 3 with my dad in the theater, and we were all excited because we're like, oh, they're going to go to Earth, because the ship's going to crash into Earth maybe. And then, like, I remember being disappointed with it, but going back on it, I still think it's a good movie, but it's definitely a misstep. I definitely agree with that. My characters are pretty much the same as yours, so I'm going to pivot. I'm going to go with Paul Reiser as Burke. He's such a piece of shit. But he does such a good job at it. Like when he like tries to get Newt and Ripley in the room and they're talking to him and he's just got like the sweat all over his face. He's trying to like worm his way out of it. He's like, "You're dead, man." Bax is talking about fucking killing him. And then I'll go with Corporal Hicks, Michael Bean. I mean, obviously he's a fucking stud. He's just calm and cool the whole time, falling asleep on the way down to the planet, in the ship.
Yeah, I think that's showing that he's been on a lot of drops. I think that was the point of that.
Yep. So he's always cool, and obviously Terminator. He's been some great shit. Fucking Planet Terror. So
he was the perfect soldier in this. He's the stayed cool and calm, and did everything he needed to do.
Unlike Paxton, he's scared of everything.
Yeah,
but Paxton, somewhat redeemed himself.
Yeah,
he's talking about those guys are still alive. It's like we go back and get him. He's like, "Fuck that, man! No way! I ain't go back in there."
All right.
He's like one of those guys that literally wanted to be like a barista for a living, but like somehow became a Marine.
Right. Well,
yeah, he's just tech, right? He's like tech in the Marines.
Yeah.
He was the one hacking the doors, right?
Yeah. And obviously, my scenes when they first go down there and the girl has the alien burst from her chest and they're on the walls. The special effects of that scene are fucking crazy. That's one of the best scenes of all time. I love the motion tracker and like you said, BP, when they're dying, it's like cutting to their cameras and it's like kind of deadlining. Just fucking cool as hell. And obviously, when they're coming through the ceiling, that part's awesome. It's like, oh, we sealed everything. There's no way they're in here. And then they look in the ceiling and they're fucking just crawling through the fucking ceiling. Just so fucking cool. So, moving on to L. Let's pretend you're in the movie situation for real. Would you be a hero, a coward, a leader, or a corrupt villain? BP.
Well, the problem with these sort of questions is like you don't want to sound like an arrogant piece of shit. But then also at the same time, I'm like, do you know what? Fuck it, I am. So I've always think, if we're talking realistically, like outside, I've always been a bit of a leader. Like I've always been, like my friends have always said, like if there was ever a zombie apocalypse, they're coming to join me. Because I will do whatever I have to keep whoever I have to safe. Like I've always been that type of, like if I go out and we're in a fight, I'm always the one that is there like protecting my friends, even if I've got nothing to fucking do with it. Like I'm always like the person that's there to make sure they're all right. Fuck everyone else. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know, like I always almost feel arrogant saying it, but I don't know if I would be like the Hicks, like that's the sort of person that I sort of feel that I would probably be. Like I'm thick as shit as well. So I also don't like have any other talents. So like just shooting a gun, killing aliens, all that sort of stuff, being a leader, and making sure that people survive. That's probably like the one that I would say I'm going to be more like. Also, I would be the one that dies as well, but I would go out heroically.
You just get some acid on your chest a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I'd fucking bathe myself in it. I'd be like, fuck you! And I'd be fucking rotting away with acid everywhere. And I'd be like fucking loving it.
Yeah, acid bukkake.
That's it.
A lot like BP, I've always been considered kind of a leader. Never been a follower my entire life. and that's why the character that I am the most like is Carter Burke, I would tell you guys, hey, go check it out. It's right down there, guys. And then I lock the door behind me, drop ship, back on Earth.
Great
Sorry,
leader.
guys. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna fight an alien. I can talk my way out of most fucking situations. Aliens, famously bad conversationalist. So, yeah, I'm Carter Burke, and fuck you all. Sorry.
Well, it also goes to how, like, when I was saying that I was stick as shit, because the fact that I like, the first thing is, well, I'm going to fight these fucking aliens. It's not about trying to get away from these aliens. I'm like, fuck it, let's go for it.
What about you, Seamus?
I mean, I wouldn't mean to be a villain, but I'd probably be walking around seeing the sights, and I'd press one wrong button and release 200 face huggers, and like, oops, okay. In my defense, that switch was poorly labeled, and I'd end it for everyone. Nobody gets off.
You still survive.
Yeah, somehow I would. Oh shit! Now I'm gonna turn into the Burke.
The origin story.
The Crusty Boys are some devious motherfuckers, because I think I'd be like a coward villain, but I would like to think I was the hero, but I would probably be more like Burke, but maybe not as much of a weasel. Like, I probably wouldn't do it on purpose. I would probably just be looking out for my own ass, trying to survive.
Well, I mean, yeah, let's talk about Weyland-Yutani Corp anyways. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on them? Especially through this movie. We got last movie, and then this movie, you get a clearer understanding of where they're at in this one, right? I mean, risk is acceptable if the reward is high enough. They gamble with human lives because the potential return is enormous. Liability is manageable. If colonists die, the company can bury the incident, blame equipment failure, or classify everything. In a universe where they control space travel, communications, law enforcement, accountability is minimal. Employees are expendable but replaceable. Like Burke, for example, doesn't see the Marines as people. He sees them as a resource that the company didn't even have to pay for because they're government troops. Losing them costs Weyland-Yutani nothing. They're doing what corporations do left unchecked. Maximize profit, minimize cost, exploit anything that can be monetized. That's why, in my opinion, the company is scarier than the aliens. The aliens kill because it's their nature. Weyland-Yutani kills because it's profitable.
Oh, yeah, the fucking weasels.
Yeah, well, it's James Cameron just being the clever bastard that he is, isn't it? Where he's like, I'm writing it because I fully understand and exactly know what I'm writing and who these people fucking are. And although it's probably even more relevant now to you guys over there than it is fucking, obviously, being across the pond, it's so different. But, we sort of see in everything that's going on your end and stuff. And it's probably more relevant now, the way that James Cameron writ Weyland and everything than ever.
We're not happy with the way things are going over here. I mean, regardless of your affiliation, corporations and greedy politicians are, out for their own interests, not the people.
Release the aliens. Let's go.
Get that fucking acid blood all over me. Come on.
Let's release some face huggers on the Senate.
Obviously, if we're paying attention to Alien 3, Lance Henriksen is Weyland-Yutani, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I think he is, isn't he?
That's right, yeah.
Nobody owns Lance Henriksen. Nobody!
He was 25 in that movie.
What? He was 25?
So, moving on to I, which is improve. Add something like an actor, an additional storyline, or a scene, or anything you might think would improve this absolutely amazing movie.
I think what I got written down here was that I think that Burke got off way too fucking lightly for the movie, for the piece of shit that he is.
I think he should have been dragged off and impregnated.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. Or fucked by Bill Paxton. I don't know, but I wish that it instead. I wish that it was it was like Ripley or something like that, like Ripley put a fucking bullet in his head, you know what I mean? Something like that, or like you say, like a really fucking messed up sort of thing. Just let him have his comeuppance rather than like what really happens in the movie. I think he just gets off way too fucking lightly.
Not to take your answer, but like when she's going back to find Newt, like if they dragged him off and she found him and Newt and he was like cocoon like next to Newt or something like that, they could have done something like that.
Yeah, and then she could have like gone at him and
left him.
And
left him behind, and he's like, "Oh,
and
he's like, "Oh, enjoy your new baby."
Yeah, like she could have picked up like one of the eggs or something and put it in front of him, being like, "See you later, bitch." Like that would have been better. But the other thing that I did put as well is that the ending also, the ending's like a little bit shit as well. So like I would have liked, because they do this sort of, I don't know, it basically, it really ends abruptly. Like they go into like their like hibernation pod things, whatever they are. And then that's like the end of the movie. And I just always feel like I just wanted like something a little bit extra, a little bit more at the end rather than them like.
In a way they kind of did, because you think it's over, but the Queen's snuck aboard, right?
Well, yeah. But it's the, but yeah, like the last sort of moments of the movie, I always sort of, I always just wish there was just a little bit more. Like, even if it was that they both, like they all got onto the ship, like at the end or something like that, like that would have been enough for me. But the fact that it sort of just ends with them, Ripley's going around with like, where she haven't shaved for a while, and. But that's that. Other than that, that's
look at my bush.
But yeah, that's about it really. Like I wouldn't change much apart from Bert getting his comeuppance a little bit more.
Yeah, good answer.
Yeah, I mean, it's already kind of a perfect movie. There's not a ton I would change about it. I mean, just maybe the Vasquez pegging scene. Other than that, though, I mean, why would I change this movie? I mean, I'm not going to rewrite history. That seems wrong. And shame on you for even asking this question, Greg. Seamus?
I totally think there's room for improvement. I think you give Newt a tiny flamethrower. She survived months alone. Let the kid cook. A mini flamethrower would have been adorable and terrifying.
Why don't you put her in charge?
Also, I think there needs to be more like propaganda, like in movie with Rico's Roughnecks,
Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers. I think we needed some satire, like a Weyland-Yutani commercial explaining their logic. Like, here at Weyland-Yutani, we value innovation, safety, and occasionally sacrificing entire colonies for science, but mostly innovation.
Perfect.
I think it's a perfect movie, but I think it would be kind of cool to add like Arnold Schwarzenegger as one of the Marines, not as like a major role, but like just as like someone who dies, like an ultimate badass who's just there to die. But
or he just comes into a locker room.
Private Frost.
Yeah.
Or like Schwarzenegger just comes into a locker room at the start of the movie where they're all got towels on. He takes it off, farts, and fucks off. Like that's it. He's like,
he slaps Hudson with a towel. Like,
what you doing,
man?
Last
night was fun.
Yeah.
He could be Apone. So come here, I kill you. Yeah.
Fuck you, alien.
Who's firing? Okay, so we got moving on to E, and we're talking about eating snacks here in the Crusty podcast. We love our snacks. Some call me the snack master. So what would your go-to snack be for enjoying aliens?
Well, being the Englishman that I am, I've got like the most English answer. But then I also like the second part. I did try and make it a little bit different. But obviously, I always have a cup of tea. Being the old man that I am now, it used to be like when I was younger, I was so drunk that I didn't even know what movies I was watching. So now I'm the old man with a family. I'm like, I best have a cup of tea so I don't wake up in the morning, fucked. So I have a nice cup of tea. But over here we have these sweets called Fizzy Fangs, which is basically like just fizzy sweets, but they're in the shape of like vampire fangs. They're also really sour. So every time I have one, I've practically had a heart attack. But I can't quit them. So when I watch this movie, as with pretty much every movie, I just have a nice cup of tea and some Fizzy Fangs.
How many Fizzy Fangs do you have?
Well, they come in a pack, so you normally get like 10 in a pack.
Okay.
So they're all gone by the end of the movie, and then I have to call my missus to help me call an ambulance.
I got a chest burster.
Yeah, just fangs, fizzy fangs coming out of me
Are they
everywhere.
covered in sugar?
Foaming out. Yeah, they're covered in like the most sour stuff. And it's funny as well because I've got like this thing called a geographical tongue. Apparently that's what it's called.
I
It's
got
like
one too, brother.
Oh, have you? There we go. So yeah.
So sensitive to the soreness.
Yeah,
sourness?
so if it's sour stuff or if it's spicy stuff, it's like 10 times the amount of effect that it has on me because of these holes sort of things in my tongue.
Yeah.
But I can't quit it. So every time I'm having like a curry, I'm like literally going to die. If I have a sour sweet, I'm going to die. But I'm going to risk it all. That's the type of guy I am.
Well, I mean, look, I know that, Greg and Seamus don't fuck with water monsters, but I feel like it's only appropriate to eat, king crab legs, lobster, just fuck with them back a little bit. You know what? Any face hugger walking up to me, seeing me sucking on a king crab legs, and be like, you know what? Not worth it.
That's
And
my cousin.
So yeah, I'll take the fucking lobstrosities all day long. What's up?
Nice. Good
Fuck
reference.
you, aliens.
Well, I'm gonna go with the chicken tendies. I'm gonna pretend they're face huggers. I'm gonna dip them in sauce, and I'll be like, "Game over, man."
Seamus, what would your go-to sauce be, though? What kind of sauce we talking here, Seamus? I need to know.
I like a hot sauce, a buffalo, or a sweet and spicy.
Now, you want a variety of sauces or just one sauce?
I would love to have a flight of dipping sauces.
Perfect.
If like if the crew were like different sauces, what would they be? Like, what would Vasquez be? She would be like
she'd be the hot and
sauce, right?
spicy, right?
Yeah, she'd be like that, like the fucking like Ghost Reaper sort of thing.
Hudson would be the honey mustard or something.
yeah. Who's the ketchup? Is he the guy that's like only been on like one drop or has
ketchup is Gorman, maybe.
Yeah.
Bishop's the ranch.
Paxton is the mustard.
The regular mustard. There we go.
Yeah.
Hicks is barbecue sauce.
Lance Hendrickson is just ink.
He's a nail. Who wouldn't touch it?
Like I say, when I get my chicken tenders, I want all the sauces. Give me that honey, too. Very underrated condiment, honey. I would go with pizza.
Just honey?
Yeah, I love honey. Honey's like one of my favorite dipping
bizarre.
sauces. But honey's a great condiment. It's amazing. Honey.
I put like a teaspoon in my tea or something.
I was just about to say we put it in our tea.
I put it in my tea.
Yeah, I put some raw honey in my tea. But
I put it in my tea as well when I'm drinking
honey
tea.
on anything other than that.
Oh, I love honey. It's a great
good for you,
sauce. Yeah. Oh, dude, try it on some.
I mean, unless you're getting a very sugary honey, but
yeah, try it on some tendies. It's the shit.
You got to stop saying it because otherwise you'll start being called Winnie over here.
I would go with the pizza. Give me that pizza. Maybe light on the cheese, well done. Burnt like I like it.
Fucking piece of shit.
he likes kid pizza, by the way. He gets
You're such an asshole.
He's got to ruin like a whole like group of ordering a pizza. So he's the one that orders the cheese, and end up getting like 2 cheeses, and everybody eats all the good ones.
I can get pineapple. Listen, at my work, someone ordered bacon, sausage, and pepperoni. And it was delicious, but it destroyed me. I had a face hugger, or I had an alien in my stomach after that, and I had to, let it burst out my butthole.
Just a greasy mess sliding everywhere like a slug.
And then it got up and did said, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling." All right, any negatives for N? N is negatives or nitpicks.
Well, this is the bit that I wrote quite a bit for. I put it is too long because it starts too slow. This is going to be something that might. I don't know. It's not really controversial. Nobody gives a shit what I say. You have to be a fucking somebody that matters for it to be controversial. But I've always had this thing like with James Cameron. I don't know what it is about his movies, but even when stuff is happening with James Cameron, like in his movies, there's sometimes where I still feel like nothing is happening because it just feels like just a flat line, so to speak. And it's really weird. Like he has these like properly big iconic moments, big action scenes that you're like, there's some of the best that's like ever been put on screen. But then there's like the moments where it just like feels like it just goes like from scene to scene to scene, like, and it's like it's never like going like this, so to speak. It's just like a constant flat line.
Yeah, you could, like, as recent Avatar movies, there's probably like half an hour to 40 minutes you could probably take out of those movies.
Yeah, it's like if I could edit Alien, so to speak, like there's a lot of stuff that I would, and it's not even necessarily about like taking out scenes, it's just about like the way that the scenes are edited to make them like flow a little more organically to, it's like Spielberg, you know, like if you watch Jaws and stuff, there's quite a lot of like slow things in Jaws, you know, like scenes that linger and so on like that, but I never feel bored watching like a Spielberg movie like Jaws or something like that. But with James Cameron movies, and it's not just Aliens, it's like anything that he's done, there are like moments in it where I'm like, okay, like hurry up a little bit, because what you're doing is really interesting, but for some reason I'm not finding it very interesting because it's just taking so fucking long. So yeah, that's for me. But that's like with almost any James Cameron movie, is like it just, there always feels like there's something missing. Always feels like it just needs to like hurry up a little bit. It just feels like they go on for a little bit. For some reason, one of the other things I didn't like, like the big tank car thing that they've got.
Yep.
I think it just looks like shit. Like it just looks like a piece of like fucking slab metal that they just put together, and it just doesn't really like
the budget Batmobile.
It looks like a Tesla truck.
Yeah, it just looks so like. Maybe it's different if it was like more like battle scarred, you know what I mean? But it just felt like it was so like pristine and so on within this like world and stuff. Like it really stood out. Like it was just like a really shit like Matchbox like car toy. It just, I've never really liked the look of it so much. Like they use it well in the movie, but it just doesn't really, doesn't really work. And then the other thing that I've put is some of the effects. Like you're exactly right. So the effects in it are absolutely incredible, but there's some moments where it's like, you've got the explosions going on behind them, and it's like it's not the clarity of what's happening at the forefront. The background's so shit. So, and obviously, I mean, it's difficult to moan about things like that because it's the time. Like, what can they do? Like, it's 1986. There's only so much you can do, whether it's James Cameron
like
or
the
not.
Shuttle entering atmosphere.
There's a lot of things where it's like, because of the limitations of what, because James Cameron is, as we know, he's constantly trying to push what you can do practically and so on. And obviously back then practically. So there's always going to be some things where you're like, it looks a little bit shit compared to like the rest of it, but you can't really complain about it because it's the limitations of the time and so on. So, but everything else in it looks great. And then the only other thing that I got that always pisses me off is the fact that like Ripley, obviously I don't want her to, but how the fuck does Ripley not get sucked out of that fucking door at the end of it? When the aliens go in, all the fucking like suction from, the atmosphere or whatever it is, is all getting sucked out. And then she's just like holding on for dear life.
With
like like half of Lance Henriksen's at the top, like fucking hell, like what's going on and all that sort of shit. And then she's like right by this fucking open door and she's like not sucked out, absolutely fine. And so that's the bit that bit always pisses me off because I'm like, the fact that he's such a great filmmaker and such a great writer, you would think like there's a better way of him. Like even if there was like a little cubby hole that she could have gone into, you know what I mean? But yeah, she would definitely be dead.
Yeah, her arm would have ripped off.
Yeah. She's fucked, but obviously it's Ripley, so she can't be. She's got to be in the third one.
Yeah.
I mean, the only it's not even really a negative, but I mean, obviously, Alien is a masterwork in tension. It's a horror movie. We kind of shifted away from that in Aliens and made it a pure fucking movie for guys who like movies, action film. And I would have liked to see a little more of those horror roots and more tension. There's definitely moments of it, but
for sure,
not on the level that Alien had. So that's my only really. And more white goo, needs to come out of the androids for sure.
Yeah, when she's working her way down to the Queen, like that part's pretty tense and pretty scary.
Yeah, well, so was the build-up. I mean, he kept it slow and didn't show much. I mean, there's some like you said, but yeah, it could have been done better, I suppose.
Yep.
I wrote down quite a few things as well. Like the Marines talk a big game, but they act like interns on day one. They're supposed to be elite, but they handle the mission like a chaotic field trip with guns. The xenomorph's intelligence isn't consistent. 1 minute they're tactical geniuses cutting power. The next they're lining up to get mowed down like they're in a carnival game.
Yeah.
The motion tracker dynamic. The motion tracker is dramatic, but hilariously unreliable. It's basically a beeping anxiety machine that never tells anyone the actual direction of danger. How about a look up cue on the display? Newt surviving for months amongst this infestation. That's not plausible. The Queen using an elevator is iconic, but come on, she's 9 feet tall, full of rage, and somehow she knows which button takes her to Ripley's floor.
I don't want to be rude to cut in, but how many times, like, I don't know if you guys have thought this as well, but who wants, like, I would love to have, like, a little, like a behind the scenes thing of, like, if they'd have done the alien queen in the elevator pressing the button with, like, elevator music going, like, as
Yeah.
she's going up.
Yeah.
And she's
Or
just
getting
like,
angry, waiting or hitting the wrong.
yeah, just like, fuck.
Her arms are crossed, tapping her foot, like.
Yeah.
And also, and Ripley's power loader arrival timing is suspiciously perfect. She shows up like she had access to the Queen's calendar reminders, So there's some nitpicks, but overall, loved it.
Yeah, my nitpick is with, Hicks trains Ripley with a gun. And he, she... that scene where they're coming through the ceiling, she sees one, she can barely get the gun off and barely gets to the alien. But, when she goes down into the Queen's lair, she becomes fucking commando. And she's just, destroying everything. And again, Ripley's a badass. I know it was, necessary to have her to do that and be the hero and stuff. But I just think she became a little bit too much of a badass. She's fucking firing off pump grenades and she's firing off, the flamethrower and just being an ultimate badass. And she's, just being trained, with a gun, I know she's been in situations with Alien where she's, had to overcome a lot, but I thought it was a little unbelievable, but it was, it was still awesome. It still worked. Just a small nitpick. So, coming towards the end, we got S, and it's Show Your Love. You can rate this movie on the world-famous crustometer. That's 1 through 8, because there's 8 slices of pizza in a normal... large cheese pizza, well done, light on the cheese.
What about old world pizzas? How many slices of pizza are there across the pond?
It's 11, Seamus. Everybody knows that.
I think so. Domino's, what is it? So it's normally 10. It's like a sliced out. Yeah. So I think you normally get 10 slices on a large pizza. Yeah. Or it's a 13.5 size. That's what they call it over here.
So we're as Americans, we want bigger but less slices. So we get it's probably a bigger pizza and bigger slices.
Yeah. See, the thing is I've always been jealous of having, I've always wanted a slice of pizza the size of my face. That's what I want. So every time every time I fucking watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm the most jealous man in the entire world because that's what I want. But instead, we're over here. It's very much like they're trying to give you as little as possible, but charge you as much as you fucking can.
You want pizza slices the size of face huggers.
Yeah,
that's how I want to go out smothered with a pizza slice.
Because that's how I want to eat it. I want to put it on my face and slide it into my mouth. That's what I want to do. But in regards to my score out of 8, this was a really tough one because I didn't really know what to do. I love this movie. I think it's fantastic. I think there is the odd little things that I would change with the character decisions or this and that and so on. And there are moments in it, like I mentioned, because of James Cameron's sort of directing, I do get a bit bored at moments in this movie. But then obviously, it brings you out of it because, he's one of those directors that is great at creating iconography that he has done. I mean, this is why he is James Cameron. His films are truly iconic. He could do an hour and a half, although that's never going to happen. It's not James Cameron. It's not going to be an hour and a half. Right. He could do a 3-hour movie and 2 hours and a half of that could just be shit, boring stuff, but that half an hour would just be the most iconic shit you've ever seen. It's just James Cameron being him. But it's really difficult because Alien to me, Alien to me is one of the most perfect movies that's ever been made. Alien, it's the first sort of horror movie that I've ever seen. Obviously, being all about horror. That movie is really iconic to me, Alien, and I think Alien is, because there's obviously there's people that are on the fence of both one, isn't there? You've got people that love Alien, you've got people that like Aliens more. For me, Alien is the better movie. So, but then every time you say that, or if you say a negative about a movie, and obviously I've been doing this long enough for people to tell me exactly this, but as soon as you're like, I'm saying something bad about a movie, they're like, what? So you think this movie is shit? And it's like, no, I don't think the movie's shit at all. I think it's fucking great. So I think I ended up giving it a 7 because if I gave it an 8, then I'd still be saying it's on par with Alien, but it's like that little bit off. So Alien would get an 8, Aliens gets a 7.
Okay.
All right.
I mean,
Fair.
like I said, I could agree. A lot of people do think Alien is the better movie. I think it's a better movie. I think I enjoy Aliens more just because it expands upon it. You get, the Space Marines and, the action gets bigger. But yeah, I can agree that Alien is a better film, especially if you're going to horror. But yeah, a lot of people, like I said, the Aliens 2 turns up the heat and gives you more backstory and lore.
Word.
My show, I think it blends genres almost flawlessly, shifting from horror to action without losing the tension or the heart. Ripley is probably one of the greatest protagonists ever put on screen. She's tough, vulnerable, traumatized, compassionate, and absolutely relentless. Like, her arc gives the movie emotional weight that most action films never touch. The Colonial Marines are iconic. They're funny, flawed, loud, and instantly memorable. The pacing is nearly perfect. Cameron builds tension like a pressure cooker. It's slow in the beginning, then boom, everything explodes, never lets up. And the practical effects still hold up. The Queen, the Hive, the face huggers still looked great.
Which score?
I'm going to give it a 7 as well because it's not perfect, but I love the movie. It's a great movie.
Look, man, as Americans, we want more, okay? We want bigger hamburgers. We want bigger slices of pizza. What did we get with fucking Aliens? We got more aliens. One alien, pretty cool. Hundreds of aliens, super cool.
I agree.
I like Aliens better. I mean, it's Aliens great. I fucking love it. I grew up on it. Got my teeth on it. But, I mean, come on. The Marines... I love the sound effects from their fucking guns. I think that's like one of the best gun sounds that's ever come through cinema.
Sound effects are awesome.
I think 7 is kind of the perfect score. Yeah, there's a couple things that might need to be changed in it, but doesn't fucking matter because I'm not going to time travel and recommend these things to James Cameron because we all see how time travel works out thanks to James Cameron's hit movie Terminator. So 7 seems appropriate, and that's what I'm going with, bitches.
So I know I'll get flack for this.
Oh my god.
I think Terminator and Terminator 2 and Alien and Aliens. Like, I think Terminator is the better movie. And
my goodness.
And I think Alien is the better movie. But I like Terminator 2 better than Terminator, and I like Alien.
2's like the best movie ever made.
Well, I'm just saying. My point is, I think it's better overall. Terminator and Alien are better overall, but for me, for my liking, I like Aliens and I like Terminator 2
By the
better.
way, are you wearing a Weyland-Yutani hat?
I am.
You're one of them.
I'm the problem.
The interesting thing is, I always find is so a big part of what Let's Talk Horror is outside of all of it, like acting and filmmaking. Like, that's what I've always wanted to do with my life. So what's interesting is that I always find a lot of people that I speak to, especially if they're filmmaking stuff, it's almost the technical journey of, say, Terminator and the Alien. That's for me, one of the reasons why I like those movies more, because it's the technical journey that you're on. Whereas Terminator 2 and Aliens is the Hollywood version of those first movies. They are the blockbuster versions. So, and then that's why people love them more, because they're they're more fun. Like, is Aliens more
Yep.
fun than Alien? Is Terminator 2 more fun than Terminator?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
So
It's like-
it's one of those things where I'm like, whatever, you're right, no matter what you choose
Yep.
in that situation.
Well, that's my point. That's why I always say that, but I always preface it by saying, like, I enjoy Aliens and Terminator 2 more because they're more fun movies. They got the one-liners. They got more action. It's crazy. I just think as far as a movie in the directorial direction, I feel like Alien and Terminator are the better movies. Saying that, I know Aliens isn't perfect, but Aliens is, like, probably my favorite movie of all time. Like, I absolutely love Aliens. I'm going the full perfect 8 on this one. It is flawed, and they could change some things, absolutely. But, you know, they're movies.
Is a T-100 or a T-1000 immune to acid?
I mean, I would think the acid would melt it. Because, it
Well,
dies from the
the
molten.
T-1000 died in the molten, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the acid's going to be more than the molten.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. That's
Come
true.
on, guys.
I don't know
Well,
the
just
science
like-
behind it.
Email James Cameron. He's got nothing to do. I'm sure he'll know what. He'll give you an answer.
I'm writing 9 more Avatar movies. I don't have time for this.
Hang on.
Right.
But yeah, so again, I know it's flawed, but this is one of my favorite movies. I have a lot of great memories with this movie, and the rewatches always stand up. The Marines are badass. Just that scene alone where they first go in there, I absolutely love that scene. The guns, the sound effects. I remember when I was younger, I had a crutch, and I used the crutch as a smart gun. I would put it on my stomach. When I
So
was
you
like,
were Vasquez.
yeah, oh yeah. I gotta say, I love Drake too as well. Like, I love Drake and Vasquez. Like, the smart guns were like one of the coolest fucking guns. I love Alien Earth. I love Alien 3. I love Alien vs. Predator. I know those movies are trash, Alien vs. Predator, but I still like them because I love the Xenomorph. I think the Xenomorph is one of the best creatures of all time. Acid for Blood is one of the coolest fucking things ever. I love it.
Yeah,
Romulus was awesome.
Not really plausible, but okay.
Yeah,
It's cool.
yeah, it's not very plausible. I get it, but
So what you're saying is I think we need to start working on a Broadway adaptation of Aliens.
I'm into
Like,
it.
we need to get Cameron on the phone and talk about our ideas.
Like I said, he ain't busy. So
I'm thinking 3 hours.
he comes.
It'd be crazy if Vasquez somehow made her way into Terminator 2.
Oh, yeah. Stabbed her husband in the face while he was drinking milk.
Oh, shit, she was.
Yeah. She was. Yeah.
Good call, Cameron.
Yeah.
Wolfie's fine, honey.
It's weird though because she looks so fucking different.
Oh,
That,
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's so easy to like, you know, she doesn't look like this fucking like hench motherfucker. Like, you know, she's just trying to, you know, the milk's gone out of date, so she's trying to get rid of it and accidentally kills the husband.
It's like she was drinking a little
that
too much
happens.
whole milk.
Nobody wants Vasquez as a mom.
Unknowingly, we don't know that she could be one of the cast in Avatar. We wouldn't even know it.
That's not real.
No, exactly. Yeah, imagine if Vasquez was your mum. You wouldn't be able to say anything. She'd like slap the shit out of you if you did anything wrong.
She would definitely peg you.
And then you'd have some guy behind her going, "You're so fucking bad. You're badass.
You're just too badass, Vasquez.
Too badass." We all needed a friend like that, didn't we? just going around robbing shit, and then he's just too badass.
So I did ask the people what they thought. I got some answers and some listener feedback. We got John from the Dewey Pod Monster, who said, "It's pretty damn good. I prefer the original and maybe a handful of other films, like the 1993 classic, The Nostril Picker. It's more or
Every
less
time.
the same premise, but Aliens is a solid 7 out of 8, crust stuff with acid cheese."
Oh, baby.
And The Nostril Picker was for BP, I believe.
Yeah, always fucking the nostril picker. I tell you, one day I'll watch it, and then I'm just.
That's a
gonna-
real movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real movie. He keeps on trying to get me to watch it, and you know, one day I will. But I don't want to die so soon. You know, I just don't want to end up killing myself, going like life's over. I've seen it, and that's it.
I just googled it. The cover looks like like almost a Garbage Pail Kid.
Yeah, a bit like that. Yeah.
It's Garbage Pail Kid the movie.
I loved that movie when I was younger.
Lenny Man says it's 8 out of 8. Perfect crust. Mostly. Sean from Dewey Pod says probably a 7. It is the sci-fi action movie.
All caps.
All caps. And we got Becky from This Girl Loves Horror, a.k.a. Becky from the Girl in the Gay podcast. She says, I prefer the first, but this one is good too. Seems more action to me. 5 out of 8.
5 out of 8, Becky. Come on.
Come on, Becky.
You're better than
Who's
that.
better?
Justin from Pop Culture Reflections says, it's an 8 out of 8 for me. Action, sci-fi, horror masterpiece. All around great cast. Some of the best effects of all time. Probably the greatest sequel ever made. Favorite character is Hicks. I mean, yeah, where would you guys rank it as far as sequels? I mean, I know where Seamus is going with this. Seamus Terminator 2 is his.
It's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, sequels are just
One of the greatest.
notoriously difficult, aren't they?
Yep.
They just like, you know, I mean, my daughter sums it up. We watched Jaws is her favorite. She's going to be turning 13 like in a couple months, and Jaws is her favorite movie of all time. She's just all she wants to do is watch Jaws. And then obviously she didn't know that there was more Jaws. So one day we sat through like Jaws 2, 3, and 4 with her, and when we watched them all, first of all, number 3, she said it was so bad she wanted to be sick, which is brilliant, and that's such a great review for a movie. But she literally said at the end of it, she goes, "Why do they make why do they make more movies if they're not going to make it better than the first one?" And like she's just obviously so innocent and doesn't understand Hollywood or the way that it works,
Yeah.
but she's right. You know, like this is the problem, isn't it? Like, and I think like. A lot of them don't try really because a lot of them really, you know, just sort of like are just going, well, the first one was so good, everybody's going to watch the second one.
Yep.
So why does it fucking matter? But whereas, you know, when you get people like James Cameron and then people like that, if they're going to do sequels, then they're like, well, you know, like he didn't take this on to go like, I'm going to do something worse than Ridley Scott, you know? So I don't know. I think sequels are always going to be notoriously difficult because you know, you're always going to be living in the shadow of like something that was better than it. And if you end up making one that ends up being better, you're like in the rare exception of Hollywood that does it.
Yep. And everybody's going to argue for the original always.
I mean, for me, it goes, you know, the Holy Trinity would be The Crow 2, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, and then Aliens.
And
That's
Grown
where
Ups
I
2?
stand on it.
They are all 5-star movies.
To Born or Not to Be movies. It's an 8. It's a perfect movie. My second favorite movie of all time. And his first
Now
favorite
I've been wondering
movie.
what his first is forever.
Right?
It's Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Mean Girls.
Yeah, hey, I love Mean Girls. I'm a plastic.
Vasquez is a mean girl.
Ooh, imagine Vasquez is one of the moms on Mean Girls. She's
They could have done a sequel with like Vasquez called Badass.
I want an Aliens Vasquez spinoff. Let's go. She just pegging
Probably
Drake the whole time.
A novel with her in it.
Yeah, there's probably a comic just all about her.
They wrote a lot of alien books that she's probably in one of those.
And it's just Drake on the side like, she's a badass!
She's badass, yeah, while she's fucking him up the ass.
Everyone needs a hype man, you know?
Yeah. Brother Rogers, a.k.a. Sean Rogers, brother of Seamus Rogers, gives it a 7.8 crusts.
Specific.
Yeah. He said it made him want to be a Marine. And he was.
But not as much. The 0.2 made him not want to be a Marine, and he never did it.
he was in the USMC. He was a Marine.
Yeah. Zombie Souffle says, I prefer the first one, but I think Aliens is one of the best sequels of all time. And finally, Kate from Down Under.
Oi.
Thank you.
Struth.
8 out of 8. I have loved this movie since my first viewing, and it still gets my heart rate going, especially when they look above the vents in the ceiling. The sound of the movement tracker is one of the most nostalgic noises I can think of. And now, Kate wants us to give our best Newt impressions.
I can't remember what she says.
So she says, they mostly come out at night, mostly. Or she's...
They're dead. All right? Can I go now?
That's why we don't need any more than that. That's great. For some reason, all I've got in my head is like something like Oliver, where she's just like, "Oh, they're all dead. Oh, mostly." Like, I don't know why. It just comes full English of it.
Ripley!
My name's Newt. Nobody calls me Rebecca except me brother.
There we go. What we don't know is that you guys actually did the dubbing voices for Newton. And it's just unfair on me.
Because they mostly come out at night. Mostly. There we go. Okay, there you go. Get some Newton impressions. Obviously, top notch here on the Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. That's how we do it. Foo Fighters.
Ripley, I'm scared.
Me too, Newt. And yeah, that's what we got. BP, you want to give the people, or you want to let the people know where they can find you, and you can plug your show again.
Yeah, I mean, the podcast is, you can watch a video version that's on our YouTube channel. If you watch it on YouTube, don't be a douchebag. Like, fucking subscribe and leave it there. It helps more than, like, you know, anybody that's got a YouTube channel. It actually helps. Don't just watch the video and do nothing about it. Subscribe. It's free, for fuck's sake. But yeah, you can watch the video versions, or you can listen to it on any podcast platform. Yeah, the YouTube channel, there's always more things coming out. I do live streams on Instagram, live streams on YouTube as well. Well, I do one every Saturday, if I can be bothered, where I go through the week's horror movie news, so you don't have to do it. All the other big channels just sit there in front of a computer and read out all the shit stuff. I'll give you the actual decent stuff, like, you know, Bill Paxton died, stuff like that. You know, I'll give you all the decent stuff that you want to know. But yeah, I'm constantly, you know, trying to do more, putting out more horror related content, trying to create, you know, this like Let's Talk Horror community, making it a bigger place. And, you know, obviously it's not a cult. We're not Jared Leto. We're not fucking weirdos. But Jared Leto, piece of shit. But one day that motherfucker's going to sue me, because there's not an episode that goes by that I don't slag Jared Leto off. But I have met him and he is a dick. So, but yeah, he, not Jared Leto, but yeah, so we're everywhere. Just, if you like I said, if you like horror, and if you like people that, well, me, because it is just me, who talks, you know, honestly about horror, then just go and enjoy it, and you know, join me on my journey, because I enjoy doing it, and if I do stop doing it, it'll be all your fault. So, not you guys, just people.
Wait, Bill Paxton, Zed?
Yeah, definitely join us on our next episode where we interview Jared Leto from 30 Seconds to Mars.
Well, that's what, you know what? I don't give a fucking shit. I'm going to tell you guys how much of a fucking weirdo this guy is. So, like, we went to a gig, 30 Seconds to Mars gig, right? We went all the way to Scotland because we had some friends who had some family up there. So we stayed there. And it was so fucking weird because we went to, like, this gig. And as we went in, they started giving people, like, these red, like, bracelet things, you know, like the paper bracelet sort of things, right? So we were going in and we just thought it was like what they gave you to go into the gig to make sure if you go out, you can come back in and all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the gig, it was just like, if you've got a red bracelet, like, you can come into like this other room. And we were like, what the fuck? Like, we had no idea this was happening. And in this room, like, we were there, and basically, like, you've got Jared Leto and whoever else is in the band, like, sitting on this table. He had vinyl gloves on, so obviously he didn't have to touch real people. But it was so fucking uncomfortable because it felt like an underage selection process where he was literally, no word of a lie, like, choosing girls. Jeez. And it was so fucking weird.
Jeffrey, I'll take that one and that one.
But it was so weird. And there was like, when we were there, like, the friend that I was with, his girlfriend, they literally were like pointing at his girlfriend and like talking about her, and like you could hear it. And we were like, let's get out of there before we get raped. But yeah, it was a weird. But anyway, that's Jared Leto.
He's like, yeah, we're gonna watch Morbius and masturbate together.
Tell me it was good.
I was thinking more Dallas Buyers Club.
No, that's what he's wearing. He does like a compilation of fuckfest to all of his movies, and just be like, he's wearing his different clothes. Please tell me it's good. He's got like John Lennon's fat suit on. I don't know. He's got his John Lennon skin on his face. I don't know. He's
eating fangs.
Yeah.
Fizzy fangs?
He's not having any of my fucking fizzy fangs, the motherfucker.
All right, well, we want to thank everyone for listening. You're all beautiful, beautiful people. We want to thank BP for being a bad motherfucker and heir to the British Petroleum Empire. Obviously, we're running with the You Run Podcast Network. You can find all our shows there. Dewey Pod Monster, Girl and the Gay, You Run Horror. I mean, the list goes on. Podcasts in the Woods. What the fuck are you doing? It just gets wacky over in here. So check it out.
We're on all podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Pod, YouTube. If you want to donate $1 to our Patreon and help the show out, you get shows just like this one up to a week early. And yeah, like Ryan said, we rep the YouRunPodcast.com. What's up?
Thanks for listening, you fantastic people, and thanks, BP, for coming on. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks, BP.
No, thank you for having me. I bloody enjoyed it.
Hell yeah.
Now, BP, we end every show by saying, in crust we trust. If you would join us, it would be an honor, sir.
Absolutely.
So everybody, thank you for listening. And remember, in
In
crust,
We
trust.
Game over, man.
I wish I'd done that in a Schwarzenegger impression.
Yeah, do it.
Crusty trust.
In crust we trust.
Do it over.
This ends our podcast.
Yeah, exactly. I fucking bathe myself in it. I'd be like, fuck you! And I'd be fucking rotting away with acid everywhere, and I'd be like fucking loving it.
Acid bukkake.